I'm telling you how to fix the world. Pay attention, get pen and paper. Tate's talking.
These videos are satiric reviews. You don't have to agree, but don't bitch about it. I hate this channel.
Hey there, I'm Social Justice Warrior V Infuso, and I know a lot of you have been complaining, V, we're not wrestling fans. We don't like wrestling. We're not gonna watch your wrestling videos. Bring back the roasts. Roast somebody. I mean, hell, some of you even volunteered yourselves as tribute. And I get it. Not all of my videos and not all of my content is for everyone in my audience. But when it comes to roasts, for me at least, it's gotta come from the heart. I gotta find the right person to clown on, and guys, I'm proud to say the wait is finally over. Because I've discovered what I consider to be the Holy Grail. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a successful kickboxer and a world-class troll, to a degree. I mean, yeah, sure, he does spend a good portion of his time on Twitter, baiting Star Wars nerds, anime weebs, and those suffering from mental illness, apparently. But unlike most trolls who are just screwing around to get under your skin, this dude truly believes everything that he says. And the things he says, for the most part, are so beyond stupid that I swear I've dropped IQ points since watching them. And that upsets me because I really need those. I don't have the smarts to spare.
I keep getting asked, the most popular email I get is, Andrew, do a video on porn.
Yes, I'm sure that's what everyone wants. As someone who kills boners to review what creates them.
The most popular email I get 3 emails a day about porn. I don't watch porn ever, and I haven't for a long time because I'm too busy getting laid.
We've got a badass over here.
Why would I masturbate when I have unlimited females? Like, it doesn't make sense.
See, now this is a bold-faced lie. And if your very try-hard delivery didn't give it away, the fact that you look like the special effect of Voldemort from the first Harry Potter movie does. It's okay. I know. You haven't seen it.
I haven't masturbated in years. I have too many women to I literally don't have the time as it is.
Now, I don't necessarily disagree that he gets with women. I mean, after all, it's easy for me to imagine a woman sitting on his face. This way she wouldn't have to look at it. But come on, let's be serious. Mass debating, as a certain internet celebrity would call it, isn't done because someone can't get laid. Well, I mean, yeah, it probably is, actually. But a lot of the time, some people just want a little me time. You don't want to think or worry about getting the other person off. You want to focus on you. But being that your ears protrude off your body like that of a gremlin, maybe during that you'd want to focus less on you. Don't even think about yourself. Turn all the mirrors in your house around as if they were pictures of loved ones. And, just work on yourself. Literally.
It serves a purpose. There's a whole bunch of dudes out there who aren't in my fortunate position. Bitch, get up, get paid. Bitch again, get paid. I'm a G. So it depends if you're a G. If you're a G, you do what you want.
Let me tell you something about being a G. Being a G is a lot like being Batman. You don't have to go around telling everyone you are. They'll just know. You have an aura. Or bat nipples. And actually, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, Batman does go around telling everyone he's Batman, so maybe this just isn't a good analogy. My point is a real G. A real-ass dude doesn't put effort into being that way. He just simply is. Whereas you come off as you're desperately trying to be seen as just that. The amount of effort you put in trying to look like a gangsta, whether it be your nonstop taking pictures of cars, or paying women to pose in pictures with you, or making the videos that you make, it just comes off as you're trying to be the entire internet's cool older brother. And truthfully speaking, you're much more like the delusional cousin that doesn't get invited to Thanksgiving. And speaking of family relations, let's hear Andy's thoughts on just that.
Brother-sister relationships are weird. When I see people who are like, yeah, I'm really close, when I usually girls I meet, oh, and I live with my brother. To me, that's instantly just weird.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. I know we just watched your last video, but are you sure you don't watch porn?
Now, I have a sister. My sister and I, we don't really talk. We don't talk because she goes to feminist rallies and believes Trump's a racist. I know. How can Andrew Tate have a low IQ sister? But it's been proven that the first child is always the smartest. She's like the third. Who gives a fuck about the third or anything? Who cares? Number 3. That's why she doesn't know shit. I do love her, but arguing with her, talking to her is annoying because she's low IQ. And I believe in general, a brother and a sister relationship, you can get along with your sister, you can talk to your sister, but when I see brothers and sisters who are really close, it's super weird.
Now, first off, bro, I'm right there with you. I hate my sister too. I mean, hell, by the way you describe yours, she might even be best friends with mine. I'm sure they're attending the same college, getting the same liberal arts degree, while being cheered on in their respective safe space and their group of friends who think and believe everything that they do, otherwise they're ostracized and sentenced to social exile. I'm with you, man. And while I also do have a similarly shitty relationship with my kid sister, do you know what I don't do? I don't act like everyone who gets along with their sibling is clearly a Games of Thrones enthusiast.
So me and my brother, we're obviously extremely close. If you know either of us, you know that every single day we're together. Every single day we're together. We do not go anywhere without each other. We have one bank account. We work together, train together, live together. It's going to be that way for the rest of our lives.
Wait, no, stop, pause, hold up, no, A brother and a sister being close. That's weird. Ew. Oh, what's wrong with you? Disgusting. But you and your brother literally spend every waking day together acting as if you're in part of some sort of symbiotic relationship. And that's entirely normal? You literally said,
every single day we're together. It's going to be that way for the rest of our lives.
And that's not strange to you? Both y'all are literally grown-ass men who can't be without the other. And that to you, that's normal. Yup, everything checks out here. That's not strange at all. Do you hold hands when you're crossing the street? Does he wipe your ass for you too? Were you each other's first? Because that's the only thing I can imagine as to why you'd have a much more intimate relationship with your own brother than you've ever had with a woman. I mean, just listen to how defensive this guy gets when talking about a situation he's created entirely in his own head.
If my girlfriend said, choose between me and your brother, before she finished the sentence, I would slap that bitch so hard in her face, she would never even ask me again. We have one bank account.
Y'all have one bank account? What happens when one of you smartens up and gets emancipated from the other?
I don't care if my brother fucks my girl. I don't care if he crashes my car. I don't care if he sets my house on fire. He is my brother. I don't care if my brother fucks my girl.
Oh, so it's not only a bank account y'all two are sharing, huh? Let me tell you, I don't have a very close relationship with most of my family. And today, after hearing you speak, I am grateful. This dude's out here trying to rep masculinity, then comes out his mouth saying, I get cucked by my brother. I don't care. I don't care that he sleeps with my girl. He's my brother, man, and I love him. If I caught my girl cheating on me with my brother, I'd push her out of the way and show her how it's really done. But brothers and sisters hanging out? Ugh, nasty, gross. I ain't about that fat life shit.
It's like, isn't your brother like f***ing girls and shit? What if I'm gonna f*** you? I'm gonna come around your house, say hi to your brother, and mash your pussy up. What's your brother gonna do? He's gonna get too fresh because I am perfectly capable of coming in you, getting up, shaking it off, getting awake, and then whooping his ass. It's just strange.
I just love the situations this guy creates. Like, in what world is a woman's brother gonna hear you banging her and get so angry at the fact that his sister has sex that he would then try to fight you while you're naked in her room? You need help, bro. You need help. I'd like to recommend a therapist, so I'll let you know when I get one.
And I've noticed every single time the brother and sister is really close, the brother is like a weakling. You don't like live with your sister. You're not best friends with your sister. You don't go for walks in the park with your sister. It's just weird. So me and my brother, we're obviously extremely close. We do not go anywhere without each other. I don't care if my brother fucks my girl.
You need help, bro. You need help. Seek counseling.
I was dating a girl, and she's like, me and my brother are best friends. It's like, what do you talk about? I have nothing to talk to women about besides either sleeping with them or... Yeah, that's it.
That's all you talk to women about? Is sleeping with them? Well, I'd be willing to bet it's a short conversation. Just imagine this dude in his arrogance and stupidity trying to spit game at a woman. Yo, you come back to my house and I will mash that puss up. And she's like midway through calling the police. Let me tell you something about this man. He spends all his time talking about the chicks he banged and will continue to bang, and you know what? He's rich enough to buy pussy, I'm not surprised. But if he was a nobody, do you really think he'd be as successful in that endeavor? I mean, when Andrew Tate touches a woman, he closes his eyes and imagines he's masturbating. No woman will ever be able to love this dude the way that he loves himself.
I'm talking to you eventually so we or we so I continue to talk to you so we can again. I have no interest in talking about anything else. Oh, tell me what happened in Vampire Diaries today. Like, what does a brother and sister sit and talk about? How can you have the same interests as a woman?
Dude, I know, men and women having any kind of common interest? Never, what is that shit? You know what, bro? If a brother and sister are close, they're definitely subscribed to All in the Family, and I ain't talking about the Archie Bunker TV show.
If you know what I'm talking about.
Women always try and give me a hard time about it just before I have sex with them, because I always do in the end.
That statement sounds a lot more threatening, given the context that by the way this dude talks, the vast majority of women's legs would clamp together so hard that they'd basically become mermaids.
Women always try and give me a hard time about it just before I have sex with them, because I always do in the end.
Are you going to hurt women?
I'm not going to hurt these women.
okay.
Why would I ever hurt these women?
I
feel like you're not getting this at all.
I'm not getting it.
Don't you look at me like that. You certainly wouldn't be in any danger.
So they are in danger.
No one's in any danger.
I'm a heterosexual man, and that means I like to have sex with girls.
Okay, now hold up. I know you're not talking about heterosexuality, wearing that shirt and rocking that haircut. Boy, you look like a character from Rent. Actually, I take that back. The gay community already has enough on their plate. They gotta deal with churches. The last thing they need to do is take responsibility for you and your wardrobe. I withdraw my previous statement, and I'm sorry.
And when I say that to people, that I'm a man who likes to have sex with lots and lots of different women, people will get offended instantly. I'm a sexist. I hate women, I'm a misogynist, I'm a bad person. The only reason humans went from a small tribe of a couple thousand to populating the planet with billions is because people. That's the reason you're here, that's the reason YouTube exists, and all these cities and all these things around the world exist because people man the woman. So since when is it a bad thing? Yeah, but you want to have sex with lots of women. So, why shouldn't I? Women being promiscuous is a completely different issue. I've discussed it in a lot of my videos. It's a completely different issue because women can get pregnant.
You know what? I was actually kind of with you up until you talked about women being promiscuous, because your first half of the statement could be used as a counter-argument for the latter half of that statement. I mean, come on, man. What do you just want to keep them all to yourself? And your brother?
Why is me having sex with lots of women offensive? Why does that make me a dangerous person? Why am I some sexist, misogynist bad guy? Whereas if I'm a gay guy and I say, I'm gay, I want to loads of dudes. I want to act overtly gay all the time. I want to make gay jokes at every straight man I see. I want to suck. I want to be gay. That is worth a month of celebration. They get to close down roads and march and celebrate about it. They don't produce. They don't replicate. They don't populate the planet. They don't create loving families. They don't do anything of merit besides on each other. I just don't understand why their absolutely pointless sex, which leads to nothing, is encouraged by society and is worth a month of pride, whereas my sex, which can lead to a loving family and populating the planet, and is the only reason anyone's ever existed ever, is somehow frowned upon and seen as bad.
You know, the more he talks, the more I think he feels other people being gay is an attack on his own sexuality. Dude, no one cares about any of what you just said. Will there be some misguided women that think you're a misogynist for sleeping around when you're single? Sure, of course. But the same could be said for women when they're constantly called sluts for sleeping around when they're single. So, you're not alone. And guess what? The same thing happens in the gay community too, because that's just the way it is. In reality, the only time people sleeping around really should be an issue is if they have an unknowing partner at home. And even then, it's kind of like a don't ask, don't tell if you're not involved in that relationship. You act like you're oppressed in being straight. Dude, I'm straight too. And yeah, sure, we don't have a parade, but honestly, do we want one? Because I don't. I'm part Irish, and I have friends who always try to make me go to the St. Paddy's Day parade. And I RSVP no every single time. If I want to see a bunch of Irish drunks, I'll look up my ancestors. What are you on about?
I have sex with lots and lots of beautiful women. People find that offensive, so I can lose my job if I was a politician and said, yeah, I'm a politician, I'm a good politician, and I love my country, but I like to have sex with more than one woman at a time. I like to have sex with multiple women. I would lose my job. I would no longer be seen as fit for purpose because I like to have heterosexual sex. Whereas if I were to say, you know, I'm a man, but I want to become a girl, I want to chop my off to take hormone blockers and put a wig on and change my name to Susie, that would somehow be encouraged. Isn't it crazy we live in a society where I am just as likely, if not more likely, to be frowned upon for heterosexual sex than if I decided to chop my dick off and become a girl? Which one of those actions is truly perverse?
I ain't even going near that.
You tell me. Think about it. What's more perverse? Heterosexual sex, which creates new life, or me chopping my dick off and pretending I'm a girl? And I'm going to use the word pretending because no matter how many times I chop my dick off and how great my wig is, I'm still a man. I was born a man and I'm a man. And people, yeah, I have sex with lots of women, and they always give me some kind of weird answer, and I say, if I was gay, would you talk to me that way? Basically, we live in a world where all forms of perversion are encouraged and celebrated with months of pride. We must be proud of nearly all forms of perversion, which lead to seriously, genuinely, nothing reproductive and good for the planet.
My favorite part of all his videos are the closers.
A full range of digital courses that can improve your life significantly. Not only do we have information on how to obtain and retain women, how to improve your physical fitness, how to improve your body language, we also have information on how to make more money and live a more fulfilled life.
Check out how low these prices are for the incredible services he's offering. Worth every penny. Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Not even worth a penny. But before I go, this is the point of the video where I stop engaging with the VTards watching and I speak directly to you. And Andrew, from the bottom of my heart, good on you for hitting the gym, man, because it really takes away from the fact that you have the face of a baby mole rat. Look at you out here looking like a jacked up Rufus. I mean, I don't mean to get graphic, but quite frankly, there's better heads on dicks. You look like one of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's nuts. You spit all the game you do, but truthfully, you look like a tan John Cryer. You look like my least favorite Pokemon. Yeah, homeboy, let me ask you, how are you skinny and yet you still have a double chin? How does that happen? You know, honestly, I shouldn't be making fun of this guy because he's a fighter. And with all the hits to the dome and face, it's no wonder he looks and thinks the way that he does. It's not his fault. I mean, yeah, actually, it kind of is, but it's not entirely his fault. Oh, and sick leather jacket, though, dude. Makes you look like a real badass. Bro, I'm sure you're gonna nail that audition for the next Fast and Furious movie. You have my support.
I'm the Clown Prince of Crime, and that was the Prince of Personality, the Infuso. Or so he says. So if you like the words that came out of his mouth hole and you too want to become a VTard, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow the man on Twitter, because it's not stalking if it's on the internet after all. Join the fun by joining the Discord. If for some strange reason you want to show support, and I don't know why you would, and if you have $1 to spare, head over to the SIJW's Patreon, where you can request videos, get exclusive content, and early access to scheduled videos. Or head to his PayPal, where you can buy the shirts. Oh, aren't those lovely? And just remember, if you're not tuning in, you're missing out. Yeah.